Coach is merging with VERSACE to create Coach Sache. What is the awakening causing YouTubers to sell all of their bags? A woman is arrested for making counterfeit bags from home. Hermes is sued for forcing people to buy from them. Luxury stores are being robbed and no one's doing anything about it. And who has become the most profitable fashion house in the world? All these stories, plus we'll hear from a special guest for each one. This and more on today's episode of Luxury in the News. I'm your host, Autumn Beckman, and we'll be right back after this message from our sponsor. Welcome, I'm Autumn Beckman, and I'm here to help you live your most luxurious life within your budget. Make sure you subscribe to see my new videos on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and so you don't miss my daily community posts where I post fantastic finds and all the new sales. Also, don't miss my website, autumnbeckman.com. It will be linked below, where you can find products I've designed especially for you to help you curate and organize a purposeful collection of your most treasured things, such as the My Handbag Collection Organizer. This is the front and back of the item tracker page, where you can record all the information you would ever need for each of your handbags and small goods. Now back to our regularly scheduled programming. In today's top story, Tapestry, parent company of Coach and Kate Spade, is looking to purchase Capri Holdings, parent company of Versace, Michael Kors, and Jimmy Choo. The U.S. Federal Trade Commission has filed a lawsuit against this merger. They say it would create a U.S.-based fashion industry monolith along the scale of European counterparts like LVMH, Chanel, and Hermes. The suit argues it would give Coach Sache a dominant share of the market. The concept of a monopoly is a typical argument against large-scale mergers, but the suit also alleges something more nefarious. Together, Tapestry and Capri Holdings employ about 33,000 people globally, and due to reduced competition from employers were they to merge, wages and benefits are at risk of being reduced should the merger go through. For insight into this, we turn to our special guest, Paolo, a fifth-generation Italian leather craftsman. Welcome, Paolo.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. Thank you for joining us today. In your opinion, could Coach Sache ever compete with Louis Vuitton, Chanel, or Hermes? And will employees' jobs be in danger?
Those French could never compete with its superb Italian craftsmanship. And if you need a job, come to Italy.
Thank you for joining us, Paolo.
Ciao. And a good day.
In another story, a video by a fashion YouTuber has caused quite a stir in the luxury handbag community and sparked a slew of reaction videos. The YouTuber in question said she was selling all the bags in her vast handbag collection that have logos on them because they're nothing more than status symbols, and she's just now had an awakening as a full-fledged adult that material things are not what gives a person value. For more on this, we turn to our special guest, Paulie, who you may recognize from the Real House Husbands of New Jersey. Welcome, Paulie. Thank you for being here today.
Yeah.
So what do you think of this? Are luxury bags what gives a person value?
Hey, if you ain't got a logo on your bag, you ain't nobody.
Well, thank you for that, Paulie.
It ain't nothing.
In other news, a 64-year-old woman in Japan was arrested for making counterfeit luxury bags out of her home. She opened a shop selling her own bags before COVID, but it didn't do well. Once things became worse during the pandemic, she pivoted, as many businesses did, and started using luxury branded fabrics to create bags on her sewing machine. Some bags were her own designs, while others were made in the style of bags from the luxury fashion houses. Eventually, she was found out and arrested for producing and selling counterfeit bags. For more on this, we turn to our special guest, Paula, who sells her own handmade bags on Etsy. Welcome, Paula.
Good afternoon.
It looks like you've got one of your bags here.
Yes, I'm working on one of my handbags.
Could you show us?
Isn't that intricate?
That looks like a Louis Vuitton bag.
Why, yes it is.
But you're making it yourself?
Yes.
Do you know that's illegal?
It's illegal?
Yes, I believe that's what our story is all about.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, thank you for joining us, Paula.
Thank you.
In other news, 2 people in California have filed a lawsuit against French fashion house Hermes, claiming you can only get one of their elusive Birkin bags if you spend thousands of dollars on other Hermes products that you don't want. And even then, you're not guaranteed a Birkin bag. For more details on the case, we turn to our special guest, an attorney from maritime law firm Paul & Paul. Welcome, thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me.
What do you think of this lawsuit against Hermes?
Well, their business, their rules. If you don't like it, don't shop there. Also, if you really want a Birkin, I know this woman on a boat in international waters that can make one for you.
Thank you for your expert legal advice.
You're welcome, and thank you.
In other news, robberies have been on the rise in the past few years, especially at luxury stores. Recently, there was a smash and grab at a luxury consignment shop in upscale Montclair, New Jersey. And we've all seen security footage of groups of thieves entering luxury stores in malls, grabbing as many bags as they can and fleeing on foot. Sources tell us security guards at these stores are there as a deterrent for this kind of behavior, but are not there to actively engage with or try to stop thieves due to potential danger to themselves and bystanders. Knowing this and knowing that times are difficult right now, we turn to our special guest. Control room, I don't seem to have a name for our special guest.
Hands up! Give me all your handbags and nobody gets hurt. Stay calm.
Wow. Need a second to compose myself. Okay, final story of the evening. During the pandemic, we saw Louis Vuitton and Chanel continue to raise prices as economic conditions worsened for people across the globe. Hermes, the same people who sometimes sell you a Birkin after you've spent thousands of dollars on things you don't want, didn't start raising prices until after the pandemic. Now, as many feel economic conditions have worsened, and following public outcry regarding the ethics of raising prices on completely unnecessary items during such times, Hermes is reporting a 20% jump in sales this past quarter, due primarily to their Asian market, and more specifically to their China market. They not only outperformed their own projections, but they outperformed other luxury giants like LVMH. For more on this, we turn to special guest and YouTube conspiracy theorist, Patriot Paul. Patriot Paul, welcome.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Good, thank you for being here. Patriot Paul, from your uniquely American perspective, what is your take on French company Hermes being so successful in the China market? How do you make sense of it all?
First of all, did you know that they call freedom fries chips over there? Europe is such a weird country. But back to China, you mentioned plandemic. You know that started in China, and now all the Birkins are going to China. Coincidence? I don't think so.
Well, Patriot Paul, I think we are about out of time.
Yeah, I gotta go clean my guns anyway. God bless America!
I'm Autumn Beckman, and this has been Luxury on the News. Have a good evening.